Hello and welcome to Model Kit Stuff, and today's video is focusing on a tool. It's focusing on this, which is the Proxxon TG 125/E grinding wheel. So let's have a look at it. So the Proxxon sanding disc grinding wheel machine is the next step up from the belt sander that we looked at a little while ago. What you get in addition to what you got on the belt sander is the ability to add a little bit of precision and fix the tool in a way that you can do repeats in exactly the same way. So what you get is a disc, a table that's adjustable, and we have this on top of the table that can be removed and is also adjustable so you can get angles. So this allows you to set different angles so you can get different angles when you're grinding. You can take it off so that you can use the flat table, which allows you to get perfectly square grinding or sanding, and then you can adjust the table so that you can get angles, and you can remove the table. It comes with a G-clamp, which allows you to attach it to the table, and I'll show you that in a moment. And it comes with 3 different grades of abrasive. So you get a 240, a 150 and an 80, which probably will cover everything you're ever going to need, I would think. So it comes with I think it comes with 1 of each. I've bought some more over the years. I've had this now for 5-7 years maybe, and although I don't use it a lot when I'm doing my wooden ship modelling, it comes in very, very handy for smoothing off edges and that sort of stuff. So let's have a closer look at it. So at its base level, what you got is a rotating sanding disc that's got a multiple speed motor. You've got a simple and protected on-off switch with a cover to keep all the dust out. It has 2 points that allow you to bolt it to the table. So there's one here which allows you to clamp it so that you've got a side on, but also there's a clamping point here so that you can clamp it as you see now. It has an extraction system, so you can see here this opening here is designed for any dust to be sucked through, which is expelled through this nozzle here. And it does come with, can't find it, I must have used it on something else, it does come with a little connection piece with a rubber opening that allows you to connect it to the hose on your vacuum cleaner. Proxxon actually do a vacuum cleaner which you can switch on and run while this is running, and it will suck the dust away. So it's actually quite a tidy way of working. You can see I've got some debris coming out of there. This is one of a range of tools that Proxxon designs with the model engineer in mind, and as such it's designed to be used inside on a tabletop. It has a very, very quiet motor. It's precision made piece of equipment, and Proxxon have a reputation for reliability and really good quality tools. For me, they're the best tools, power tools you can get for model making. The table that goes on the front, as you can see, is removable. It's adjusted by two little screws, one on each side, which allow you to move the table through a range. It has a scale here, so from 0 to 45 degrees. And there is a little marker there. It's perhaps a little hard to see. Every time I use it, I intend to just go over it with a white pen, but I never do. But might do that while it's on my mind. In terms of removing or attaching the table, it could not be easier. It simply sits on the front there. So you push it into place, like I've done there, and then there is a single bolt that holds it into place. So if I open up the table there, you can see there's a bolt hold there, put it in, and then using an Allen wrench, which is supplied with the tool, we can just tighten it up. And it's as simple as that. It's one single bolt that holds all of this in place. So let's demonstrate the motor to you so you can see how quiet it is. You can see the motor is simply switched on with a simple on-off button, and then you've got a speed control going from 1 through to 6. So switch that on and you can hear how quiet the motor is. So really quiet motor. If I tip her up, you can see that going. Now if I turn it all the way up to 6, you'll hear the motor does get a little louder. So that's 6, that's on full power. It's so very quiet, it's not intrusive at all. So the grinding speeds of the machine range from 250 revolutions per minute to 800 revolutions per minute. It is designed to allow you to do multiple materials, and you need to set the machine at different speeds for different materials. So for woods, for example, medium to high speeds are really fine, but if you're doing something like plastic, then you want to get it right down onto its lowest setting, because obviously the friction causes heat, which can affect your plastic. So the setup of the machine allows you to set an angle so that you can do repeat tasks on it. So I've got here a bit of clear plastic sprue that has come from a model kit, and you can see that we've got an angle already on there. So what I want to do is just take this back to being a flat. So I'm going to show you that you can use this for plastics. So we're going to use the edge here as a guide. This is set to 0, our desk is set to 0, so we should get a perfect flat 90 degrees edge put on here. So you can see, because it's plastic, we've got a little bit of build up, but that just breaks away, and you can see we've got a perfectly flat square edge. It's not caused us any significant problems, and if I wanted to put an angle on it, we can adjust, and that means if I'm doing multiple tasks and I need the same angle, I can just keep repeating it with different parts. So there you go, perfect angle. Same with wood. Obviously wood, it's you don't have the issues with the heat. So let's nice, crisp and perfectly smooth flat on there. It's really good for tidying things up. So this one, you can see we've got a gluey edge on here, so I just want to tidy that up. There you go, you can see it's done a really nice job of that. Nice and flat. And that's not on full speed. If we put her on full speed, let's say we want to now correct it back to flat. There you go. Just needs a little tidy up around the edges, but perfectly flat, and it's totally smooth, so there's no further prep required on there. So I find this a great little tool. It's really handy. It takes you one step further than the belt sander, because you can put these settings in. So if you're doing something that's quite repetitive, you can do loads of them. So if you're doing things like balustrades and things like that, where you might have 20 or 30, you can just whack them through here and it just eats them up. It's a great little tool. If you do make wooden model kits, whether that be the more modern laser cut ones, they're great for tidying up the edges. If it's an older kit where you've got to cut it out, again, it's great for tidying up. You can also do shaping and so on and so forth. The actual discs themselves are adhesive, so they just peel off this backing like so really easily, have a tacky back, and then you can take them off and you can put them back on your backing sheet. And my experience is you can take them off several times before you start having any problems with them adhering to the bed. For other uses, obviously for metals, no problem at all. So if you're a model engineer that works with brass and various different metals, you won't have any problems with this. It's a great little tool, and it'll do tube, no problem at all. You can just drop the speed down and it'll go through tube really nicely. And if you're a plastic modeler, it's more limited in its use, because even on its slowest speed, softer plastics will melt, but you can use it with plastics, as I've shown you. If you're a diorama builder, then it has more uses, because quite often you're using woods for frames, for shaping things like fences, for base mounds before you put filler on top. There's all sorts of uses for it. Generally, I would say this is a tool for someone who does a lot of different materials and is quite a serious modeler. If you're just into plastic modeling, you probably don't need this. But I will show you another sander that might be more useful for the plastic modeler in a future video. And we've got more power tools to review in the future. So there you have it. If you're in the market for a sander, a grinding disc tool, then this is definitely worth looking at. I've had no issues with it, but then I've been using Proxxon tools for many years now and I've never had an issue with them. Whereas other brands that I might have used, even popular brands like Dremel, eventually I have issues with them wearing out or having problems. That's never happened to me yet with Proxxon, and I now exclusively will buy a Proxxon power tool if they've got what I'm looking for. Anyway, there you have it. That is the Proxxon TG 125/E grinding disc. It's a beautiful tool, nice and quiet, compact, easy to store away when not being used. And you pretty much know everything there is to know about it. So I hope that was useful. Do take care, enjoy your modelling, and I will see you very soon.